I want a woman to come in and tell me I'm lying. I want one woman to come in and tell me I'm lying. They're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's like I want to trust, but I don't know how. If I trust you, I might get hurt. And if I tell you too much, you may use it against me. So the very person you want to protect you and provide for you, you're afraid to be vulnerable and nest. You can't be comfortable in your feminine because you refuse to drop that heavy shield and sword. Like that though, Brother A. comes in and says they're trying to be the head instead of the neck. A lot of modern women have control issues. They feel like if I'm in control, I won't be hurt. Most of modern women's issues comes down to two things: fear and scarcity. Most are motivated by fear. Almost every decision, it's fear of loss, fear of vulnerability. Just like, you can have the fear of losing something, but you can also have the fear of success. People know how to deal with losing if they've lost.
I've said that countless times. You can't be both. You can't be afraid of both failure and success. This is a common thing for many people where they go through this, where they're afraid of what will happen if they succeed, but they're also afraid if I fail. So it leaves them in this point of being stagnant and not doing anything at the end of the day, which is a comfort zone, but it's uncomfortable at the same time. I don't know if that makes any sense, but anyway.
Some people don't know how to deal with success. Women don't want to, if you've been in charge of everything for your entire life and haven't been able to depend on anybody, it's scary for them to have to say, when I've been told I'm not supposed to trust you. My dad couldn't trust my mom couldn't trust my dad. So they're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Yeah, I know I'm telling the truth. I want a woman to come in and tell me I'm lying. I want one woman to come in and tell me I'm lying. They're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's like I want to trust, but I don't know how. If I trust you, I might get hurt. And if I tell you too much, you may use it against me. So the very person you want to protect you and provide for you, you're afraid to be vulnerable and nest. You can't be comfortable in your feminine because you refuse to drop that heavy shield and sword. But this is why I say pressure is made for shoulders and not hips. And so many women are breaking down. By 45, women who have lived this way, mentally, spiritually, probably about 65, 70.
Right.
Brianna, you got to come back. And there is no easy way. There's no short way of saying, oh, just trust. It takes work. You ladies are going to have to learn how to tap into your divine feminine, become vulnerable to yourself, become vulnerable to the kind of men you say you want, and communicate it ahead of time. Not hold it back. Y'all don't want me to get up and y'all don't want this. Y'all want somebody to tell you your queen, mother, God, earth, sea, moss, gold. It's the man's problem. Y'all don't want this because it look too much like right. This look too much like.
Want that Derek Jackson at the end of the day, when you have to be bone cold honest with yourself and not be afraid that not all men are alike, not all women are alike, but you have to realize what the issue is. It may be deep seated, or you're attracted to what you're attracted to at the end of the day. You can't help that. You can't deny that. But you have to interview these people that you're dealing with. Love at first sight, it happens, right? Going to bed because you don't want to lose that person, but they may not be the best for you. It happens all the time. You have to take a chance on love unless, like you said, you're going to die alone.
Right, fellas. This look too much like right. Wrench. Somebody tell him. And here's the thing. And some guys in there talking about body counts and this and that. I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to say something that ain't going to be popular with a lot of guys, man. You can't never know what a woman's body count is. Don't even worry about it.
I've done a couple videos on that, man. Dudes need to stop that worrying about what a woman's body count is at the end of the day. Yo, and they jump on my videos in the past and have talked about, you must be crazy, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, you'll never know anyway. And that's some sucker stuff anyway, to want to know how many dudes she's been with. Yo, it is what it is. Why are you worried about it? Are you sleeping with those dudes? I never understood that, man. But anyway.
All I care to know is how she treats me.
Right.
I don't really want to know what happened before me. I don't want to know about your past relationships. How do you act when you're with me?
And you shouldn't be with a woman that talks about other dudes, or talks about her past relationships. You know what I'm saying? Or that trauma. It's always that trauma coming up. We don't want to hear that. Trying to heal that.
That's it. When you're with me, and if you're my one-on-one, how do you represent me when you're not with me? Men, let me go ahead and get to the men a little bit. I see you ladies over here in the Zoom. Men, y'all gonna be mad at me. A lot of us are modern men. You're going to have to give these fearful women some room to fail, some grace and some mercy. They aren't us. You cannot tell her to come in, trust you, me, he, big, strong man, pressure-made shoulders, not hips, and then expect her to be perfect. She's going to pee on the carpet. She's going to shit now. She's going to do something. And when she does, you cannot go in and jump on down her throat and be the very thing that she's afraid of. If I'm vulnerable and dependent upon you and then I do something wrong, then you go, no. That's why I say I don't think you should be worrying about serious relationships.
And this is exactly right. You have to reach that maturity level, because some women are fearful that if they tell you what happened to them in the past, or they tell you certain things, that in a heated moment you may throw it up in their face, which is like one of the worst things you can do to a woman is bring up her past in her face, because that vulnerable point, you make her feel like crap at that moment, because she told you this in confidence as a man, and you just threw it up in her face because in a moment you may be angry. Women do that all the time, because it's their job to get an emotional reaction out of you. But for you to do that to her, nah, don't do that, bro. Just keep it moving.
To women until you're over 30, 35 minimum. Because from 18 to 35, you're still too young. You got too much testosterone. Your chi is too high. You got to have a lot of patience. A woman is to be customized and groomed. And that requires a teacher, not a student. Oh, shit. That was my problem. I knew a lot of shit, but I wasn't a teacher. I knew a lot. I had a book.
A lot of us aren't teachers. A lot of us don't have the patience. And I'm not agreeing with anything necessarily with what he's saying, because at a certain age, especially if you're dating women your age and you're in your 30s, we get it, give her some grace, but at the same time, there's certain things you can't overlook that women may do. Certain things, morals and principles, and not everybody may have the morals and principles, but just human dignity is certain things that you shouldn't tolerate.
But imagine a sixth grader trying to teach, a sixth grader can teach a second grader no problem. But I can't do shit out in the world. I had to graduate from man first. Y'all ain't ready for this.